Very good morning and welcome to Kowloon Cricket Club for the KCC Morning League. It's Grade 1, Aaron Bush with you. It's the Sky Warrior Marvels up against the Strikers. And the Strikers winning the toss and electing to have a bat. Ali Hamid and Maz Mohammed heading out to the middle with bat in hand. And Akash Shah, the captain for the Marvels, will open proceedings with ball in hand. Umpire Akash Yadav ready to go out there in the middle. Pranay Doshi will be the wicketkeeper today for the Marvels. Looks like we're going to get underway right on time this morning. Well, a little bit late, just after 7. And everyone out in the middle, ready to go for this very important Grade 1 match. We'll be having a look at the KCC Match Centre, seeing where the tables sit for these two. And, of course, running through all the stats. We'll get through the players playing today. Not many changes for either side. Pretty standard side for the Strikers and the Marvels. Here we go. Akash Shah to Ali Hamid. Starts one on the leg side with the left arm. So they'll take first runs off the bat, take a single. Rotate down to Maz Mohammed, who's having a good season with the bat. There's quite a few today who appear in the batting and bowling tables. Oh, pops up a little bit on the leg side. Nobody in close square, so mid-wicket comes around, does the fielding. No need Shah there, looks like. First, we'll start with the tables and where these two teams sit. And at the moment, the Marvels, who have played 4, so they've got this game plus 2 more. They've got 2 wins, a loss, and a washout for 5 points. And that's a good delivery and well navigated by Hamid onto the offside. Final delivery of the first, just the 3 singles so far. Bump ball back to Akash. They'll get through a single. So it'll be 4 singles to round out the first for the UKCC Raging Strikers. Or they're going to get back for 2 on the overthrow. So it'll be 5 off the over. Solid start. Not big, but safe. Ankit Bansali to bowl over number 2 for the Marvels. Ali Hamid on strike. Hunts away with one, shaping away, straight to cover. I'll take the single. Run through the playing 11s today as well for both sides. Start with the strikers, because that's whose team list I have up in my WhatsApp. And these two out in the middle, Ali Hamid and Maz Mohammed. So that's cut straight to point, no run available. Kapil Kakwal, Sushil Samwal, Amit Rawat, Mangal Ramana. The captain today, Harold Pinto, Sunil Kumar, Siddharth Pandit, the left-arm spinner. Musadak Hussain and Taran Hathramani rounding out the playing 11 for the strikers. Oh, cut away through gully. One bounce into the fly gully, just sitting back on the circle. Picks up another dot. Playing 11 for the Sky Warriors Marvels, and the captain Akash Shah, who opened the bowling. Pranav Shah, Chico, Chirag Katari, Harsh Dagani, Vishal Mehta, Naneet Shah, Sambhav Shah, Pranay Doshi, the keeper today, Shail Shah, Parin Shah, and the man with the ball this over, Ankit Bansali, as that's cut out to one of the two players outside the circle to start with in the power play. And they've also got a long on in place because they know these two can be big hitters. Again, getting it to shape away, and a swing and a miss from Ali Hamid. Oh, that's hit hard, and they've got the deep. Chico going to do a dive and does well in the deep as he comes around with the slide. A good piece of fielding, a good field placement, keeping it to 2 to finish off the over. 9 coming from the first 2 with Ali Hamid on 4. And I think they only took a single, did they, in the end? Quick change in bowling. Naneet Shah to bowl over number 3 for the Marvels. That's very wide from Naneet again. Looks down at the foot. There's a bit of slipping in early morning. Doesn't look as dewy out there this week as it did last. Drier out in the outfield, but it's a bit of a slip perhaps. looking to reset on this delivery. And a big wind up and a big miss there from Ali Hamid. Looking at the field placing for Nuneat's bowling. They've brought the long on in. I wonder if there's a sweeper out in the deep on the leg side. There's a deep cover. Oh, no, they got deep third as well. So nobody out on the leg side and nobody up over the top of the circle as that one goes over the top of mid-on. Work to do for Chico. He's not going to get there, I don't think. Just trickles on through to the boundary. First boundary in the books for the Strikers. This time, Ali Hamid taking full advantage without the long on in place. And this time, over the top of the leg stump, as it angles back in. Another fresh airy from Ali Hamid, looking to go big, perhaps, on that vacant leg side again. Mid-wicket, square leg, shorter boundary, backward of square. Misses out. Charges and loses the off stump. Nuneat gets revenge from the boundary. And that's the end of Ali Hamid for 8. The first wicket falls for the Strikers on 15. Beautiful delivery onto the off stump. A you miss, I hit delivery from Nuneat Shah. He's looking to go big again. But this time, another fresh airy from Ali. A step down the pitch. The Yorker length and angled in off the ball, off the seam. Outside off pitching and then onto the off stump. Nuneat gets his first. The Marbles get their first. Strikers lose their first on 15 as Kakwal comes to the crease at number 3. And starts off poking it backward of point. No run available. End of a successful over. 6 runs coming from it, but the big wicket of the opener, Ali Hamid, after 3. Halfway through the power play. UKCC Raging Strikers 15 for 1. Ankar Bansali to continue. Maz Mohammed on strike. He starts very wide. It's like Nuneat did last over. He's getting the ball to shape away, but starting that one just inside the trams, and it kept on going to the offside. They're keeping the long on in place for Maz, which is wise. He likes to hit big and he likes to go long and straight. This time uses the wrists. Can't beat a diving Shale Shah at extra cover. It's timed nicely. Tied offside field there with mid-off. Extra cover and cover inside the circle. Deep point. There's a backward point on the circle. And the fly gully floating back. Short third. Just on the circle line. That's exactly where that one goes. Guided one bounce. It's not for the first time today. Wonder if perhaps they take a bit of a risk, pull that gully into a catching position. It's high risk, high reward, because it can easily go to the left or right. Short boundary to the pavilion. It could also generate a wicket. 2 dots, though, after the wide for Ankit. Keeps that one just inside. Dropped in the air and just to the right of that gully position. There's the short boundary, gets the leading edge, swinging hard outside off. Almost carried. Was in the air to the right. No catch available. I think it's Pranav Shah. He's getting peppered at the moment in that position. We saw last over, Nani going for a boundary and then getting revenge. Ankit's got 2 balls left of his 4th as strikers have moved up into the 20s. One of the strikers arriving very late in the background. Lucky they're batting first. That one's going to be 4 as well. Splits the gap between backward point and the fly gully. Easy boundary to the short boundary cafe boundary. He's watching it nicely now. He knows the ball's shaping away with Bansali's action. He's waiting on it. They've moved the gully around a little bit, tightening that cordon. This time uses the wrists. Goes to Shao. Shao was going for a pick-up throw. Unfortunately, it didn't hold in the hands. There he is on screen without the ball in hand. So end of a good over for the strikers with 10 runs coming from the 4th. They're the quarter century, 25 for 1. Nani Char to continue after a successful first over. Oh, he eats that one down leg side. Started with some wides in the previous over and started the same in his second. Gets the line right this time. Is Mars looking to go big. 2 4s in his 13 so far. But unlike normal, those 4s have come backward of point, not up and over the top. This one in the air out to point. One bounce to the deep point fielder. Harries it down. Takes the 1. And gone aerial. Gets away with it. Karkwal looking to get off the mark. Spent all the last over sitting down the non-striker's end. He cuts out to the deep point as well for a single and get his first run. Oh, that's nicely played. Just a flick backward of square, picks it up off the hip and targets that short backward square boundary. Crenshaw can only go pick it up over the rope and picks up his third four. This was nice. Sort of late decision and this flicked it. There it is. Up and over, making sure no chance of a catch. Back live. This time he gets full purchase going forward of square. Smashes into the boardings for four. Back-to-back boundaries again, much like last over for Mars Muhammad. He moves into the 20s. This one was much more confident. Of all the fours he's hit, this one, he's picked up early. He's on forward of square. And Pippin runs, so he would attain the strike as he did previous over. Another big over in the books for the strikers with 12 runs coming from the fifth. They're 37 for one. Ankit Bansali's going to have a break, as is umpire Akash Yadav. Imran Arif there, shaking hands with Chirag Katari, who will bowl the final over of the power play. Up in the air, and it could go all the way. It's big top edge, and it does go all the way. First maximum of the day. Bit fluky. Watch this one on the replay because I'm not sure how it actually ended up back there. I'll roll the wrists. Back live. Too far outside off. Again, a little trouble with that front foot position on the crease. Bit of slipping. Well, outside off again. Back to back wides. They did have the long on in place, but I think that's for Mars for a couple. And bring that long on into mid on. Got a deep extra cover in place instead. Extras racking up this over. There it is, the cut out, one bounce to the extra cover fielder in the deep. Mars picks that one up nicely. Finish off the over. Oh no, he's still got 2 balls left with all the wides in here. It's just a lot of balls already being bowled. It's going to be a 10 ball over at least. Mars taking full advantage. Got up the half century for the strikers in the previous 4. Then does another one. Going down to long off. 20 off the over so far. Still 1 ball left. So it was 20 off the final over of the power play. Strikers 57 for 1. Mars Mohammed up to 38 off 23 as Parin Shah comes into the attack. Got a deep square leg. Deep cover, long on, long off. And deep mid-wicket. Shah is just walking on in so I can see him. He's hiding in front of the striker's dugout. Jab poke straight to the point fielder. And the pressure on caused a little fumble. Vishal Mehta giving away the single. And swatted away out into the deep, but it'll only be one again with coverage out near the training nets. Runs continue to flow for the strikers after losing that early wicket. This partnership, 48. Only a couple of runs away from the half-century partnership. Skied in the air, and that's the end of a 48-run partnership. Parin Shah strikes on his final delivery of his first over, and that's the end of Kapil Kakwal for 7. I think it's Sambo there, Sambhav Shah. Good catch. He had to run a long way around to his right to take the catch. Nanit Shah's coming back into the attack after Chico went for 20. Nanit's figures 2 overs, 1 for 18. That's a big wicket. The very dangerous couple. Kakwal out for single figures as it brings Amit Rawat out to the middle. He's at the non-striker's end. Mars still out there. Now on 40 with his single. Amit Rawat will face his first delivery of the day. And good running as he pushes it forward of point, putting pressure on Vishal having to come around to his right. He gets off the mark, gets down the non-striker's end, which for the next over or two will be his job. Mars looking dangerous as always. Strike rate of 160 at the moment. Still swinging hard. He will pick out and put in down at long off. Again, tip and run. Only singles so far off Nanit's third. Tidy. Oh, that's been hit very hard. What a great effort diving in the deep. Save two. The spectacular sliding effort. End of the over. Mara, how many came off that one? 6 off the 8th. The strikers 69 for 2. Rinjar to continue successful off his final delivery of his first. That's popped up in the air. A chance of a catch. No chance. Onto the top of the tents for a maximum. Rawat not going to rotate the strike for a couple of overs. He's going to pick up the ball off his fourth delivery faced and deposit it. Currently still stuck on top of the KCC tents. Managed to recover the ball. Hit it straight to mid-wicket, but took off very quickly and safely through. Uses the wrists again, but picks out the captain, Akash Shah, at extra cover. Again, they're liking that tip and run to point. And again, a little fumble. No problems to get through. Heading back to the KCC match centre. Didn't ever get round to saying what the table was. I said that the Sky Warrior Marvels were in third with 2 wins and a loss and a washout. 5 points, 1 point behind the teammates at Sky Warriors Avengers. Oh, they keep that tip and run. It's a good way to keep rotating the strike. Strikers, on the other hand, this is their third game, fourth game, I should say. They've played 3, won 1, lost 2. So they're on 2 points, languishing down sort of in the relegation zone at the moment. And that is not far away from the outside of that off stump. It was a straighter ball, would have gone on, but it turned away in the end. So 10 runs coming from the 9th. The strikers 79 for 2. So, yeah, the strikers are desperate for a win here, but they have games in hand. They'll have 3 games after this one. If they can get a win today, they'll jump from second last to fourth. And Sky Warriors get a win today. They'll leapfrog the Avengers into second, but the Avengers will have 2 games in hand by then. Sambhav Shah into the attack to get us to the halfway mark. Come off the pad there. So having going down leg, it'll be a dot. It was a big full one. And Rowett knows he's missed out there. Drags a length back this time. A chance out in the deep for Chico. Oh, it's only about half a metre over the top of his head, but 50 centimetres was enough as it flew over the top for a maximum. And the trap set, but again, another one just skying over the top. Enough power from Rowett. And this time he's not missed out on the leg side, but he has picked out Ankit Bansali. A sliding effort coming around from backward square. Tries to cut with the wrist, but the ball turning back in. Buzz on 44. And again, but could have been just a little bit too wide and was thought went into that one from umpire Imran, but good decision as it did go through the tram lines. Drops it shorter and zips it on through. Another one missed out. Not far away from the edge either. Peter Doshi right up to the stumps. Looking for a catch. Goes full, straight. Naneet Shah at long off. Doesn't have to do too much moving to keep that one to 1. So end of the over. 9 runs coming from that one as well. We're at the halfway mark here. And the first innings of the KCC Morning League Grade 1 match. The Strikers 88 for 2. Corinne Shah to bowl his third over. That's cut away. That could go all the way for 4 as it races away. Nobody in the deep backward of point. Moves to 49 with his 8th boundary. And there it is. Brings up his 50. Another fine knock from Maz Mohammed. 50 off 35. 7 fours and a maximum. As he's guided the Strikers to a commanding position with 8 wickets in hand, moving towards the 3-figure mark. Keeping the runs ticking over as well with 6 off the first 3. After the boundary, it's just been dealing in singles here. So picking out the fielders in the deep. Very handy 32-run partnership now. This is up in the air. I think it's going to fall safe, though. Akash Shah made a ton of ground to get there. Just fell over the top of his head as he scurried around from extra cover. And they're going to get a second to rub salt into the wound on the overthrow. Three runs. Well, that's pretty impressive because that's just fallen about a metre outside the circle and found 3 runs. Muzz back on strike to face the final delivery of the 11th. There's going to be another single to end out another big over for the Strikers. 11 runs coming from the 11th. Strikers 99 for 2. Sambhav to continue. Swatted out to long off. Seen a bit of that today. 100 runs come up. Going at a good clip, 8.96. The 8 wickets in hand is going to be crucial. They've got plenty of batting to come as well, the Strikers, looking to find their second win. Get themselves out of the relegation zone as well. That's going to be 4 as it's hit very, very straight. And rattles into our side screen where the camera's attached. Gives it a wobble, hit it that hard. Also catch in the deep. Chico's put that one down. Tough chance and take full advantage again. Partnership up into the 40s now. What can the Marvels do here? Try to generate a wicket. To find a way to get these two out. Timing it nicely. Keeps it along the ground. Take a single. Uses the wrist backward to square again. That's beautifully played. Picks up his 9th boundary. Just a flick. It's not even that much body rotation in it. It's just a flick of the wrists. And this time it gets a leading edge through the gully region for another 4. Back-to-back 4s to finish off another big over. 16 coming from it. After 12, the Strikers are 115 for 2. And the 50 partnership comes up. The first half-century partnership of the day. 52 off 30, including 4 4s and 2 maximums. It's been going at a good clip. Just the 30 deliveries. And they're shared it around. Rowett's actually contributed more to the 52-run partnership so far. Bryn Shah is going to bowl out here. 3 overs, 1 for 27 so far. A single. Oh, a chance here. Akash Shah, very good arm, has a shy. Ankit Bansali making sure with the backup to keep it to 1. Would have been interesting had it been a direct hit there. Well, that's a bit harsh on poor old Peter Doshi. Maz has come a long way across, tried to flick it around on the leg side, missed it. Unsighted from Pranay, so he's had to let that one go through for 4 byes. This could be a very big score here from the strikers. Current run rate's going to push them to 195. Plenty of batting in the Marvels lineup as well. Oh, another one skied up. Just dribbles this time to Gully. Pat on that one? Not really sure. I think he might have. He was trying to feather. I don't know where he was trying to play that one, to be honest. Mars being very inventive this over. There goes the reverse this time. And he's got plenty on that one. Oh, good fielding in the deep with the foot that comes off the shoe. I'll get back for 2. That was pretty. Probably deserved a little bit more as he's mixing it up in the 60s now. Mars playing with an injury. Not that you'd notice. A hand injury. He's going to do the wicket-keeping duties for the strikers as well. After he finishes this knock. He might be exhausted by the time he's done. Comes around towards the scoreboard this time. And they're going to run on the arm. Just get back in time. It was close. Good running. Puts another 2 on to finish off the over. 9 coming from it. Parin Shah is bowled out now. 4 overs, 1 for 32. His figures to date. Only the 2 wickets falling in the first 13 overs. Strikers up to 124. I think Akash Shah's going to bring himself back into the attack here. Is he throwing the ball to Chico? I think he's throwing the ball to Chico. Chirag Katari. First over was a bit of a shocker. 20 runs coming from it. Be hoping over number 2 can be an improvement. And sun poking its head out from behind the clouds. Very cloudy walking towards the ground this morning at 6 a.m. Now a little bit of sunshine. Another one scooped out towards the scoreboard. Naneet Shah slipping over in the deep. Another candidate, Myra. He needs to go off to see Afzal Hedder at Montgomery Sports for a brand new pair of shoes. Every time someone slips over in the morning league, that's what we're going to say. Going to plug in for the boss. So that one goes out to Shail Shah at deep mid-wicket, almost around towards cow corner. Tidy start so far from Chico. Plenty of extras in that big over last time. Oh, that's cut away beautifully for 4. Nobody at backward point on the boundary cafe area. So all we can do is go pick that one up. How many boundaries has he got now, Myra? 11. That was his 10th 4. He's 69 runs so far. Back live. And another big over for the strikers. Not as big as Chico's first, but it went for 13. 2 boundaries in there. Akash Shah, the captain, he bowled a very tidy first over, just the 5 runs coming from it. Has to bring himself back in now. It needs to try to break this 74-run partnership. Up in the air, swinging hard. Shah trying to get underneath it and takes the catch. And he does break through immediately. Akash Shah gets the breakthrough. Shah takes the catch. And that's the end of Rawat for 32. The 3rd wicket falls for the strikers on 137. Well, that was exactly what was needed. The 74-run partnership. Good catch from Shah. Safe pair of hands out in the deep. That's why he's in that position. But there's a very handy knock from Amit Rawat. Sushil Samwal to the crease at number 5. A very, very nice platform set. It's Akash to Samwal. Pushes across the body. Can't find any bat on ball. Dot. I should expect that Mars at the non-striker's end starting to get a little weary after being out there for the entire almost 15 overs now. So if they can find another wicket here, the Marvels, get themselves back on track. Again, this one dribbles out to Shale version. Well, this will be the big wicket if the Marvels can somehow get Mars out. He's 75 off 49, looking very good. And there's the wrist flick again. Backward a square. Loves it. He got given one a bit of a gift this time. Akash, the left hand, just keeping it on the leg side. Flicks it away. His favourite little position, backward of square for 4. Brings up his 12th 4. Moves to 79. And this is cut out into the deep forward point region. The cover comes around to clean up. He moves into the 80s now. 80 off 51. 1 ball left. Shah's second. Not often Akash Shah bowls his full 4 for the Marvels. Happy to let the others do the work, but he might have to bowl all 4 today. Oh, big charge. Misses it all. Misses just off the off stump as well. End of the over. A successful one. 6 runs coming from it as well. After 15, the strikers 143 for 3. Current run rate of 9.53 will get them to 191 from here in the final 5. Chico into his 3rd. No wickets so far and been expensive. And he went for 20 in his first and 13 in his second. So he's on the downward trajectory at the moment. Going to swing outside off, inside the tram lines. Good dot ball. Maybe you can go for 7 less each over, and this one will only be 6. Well, it's going to be 4 on top of the single because that's a big chop over by Samuel, beautifully played through the point region. Got the extra cover in place. No way that he could get there. Didn't even bother. Chopped over the top of the infield. Nicely played. Good way to bring up your first boundary for Sujil Samuel. And tries to go on the offside as well. Picks out Gully. A tight little offside setup here. Forward point, backward point, and Gully. That one's going to be 4 on the pads. Flicked away again. Loving that leg side. Little wrist flick for Mars. Moves to 85. Chico gone for 10 already this over with 1 ball remaining. And 4 brings up the 150 for the Strikers. Inside 16. Can't beat backward point. Probably went to the wrong end and gets home safely. I know that there was not much to aim at, but he definitely would have had Samuel caught short of a direct hit to the batting end. Went to the non-strikers, and Mars very quickly takes the single. 11 runs coming from the 16th. 4 overs remain. The Strikers 154 for 3. Akash Sharp to bowl the 3rd. Tries to flick it on the leg side again and almost pops it straight back to the bowler. Ends up at extra cover somehow. Take the pace off that one a bit. Picked up beautifully. Masters to put that one. I think it's up and over. I'm going up the top of the swimming pool pavilion to see if I can find a ball. I'll be back. Well, I'd only just finished recovering the previous 6, and Mars has gone ahead, smashed another one. He's 3rd. Back-to-back 6s. It was up on the top of the swimming pool pavilion, the previous one. This one went into the sight screen. And he's 2 runs away from a century. Still swinging hard. This one going out through extra cover. He's got 1. He's coming back for 2. It will be cut off in the deep, but it will be 100 runs for Mars Muhammad. What a knock it's been. 100 off 59 deliveries. 13 fours, 3 maximums. Strike rate of 169. What an opening knock this is. The very dangerous Mars Muhammad showing what he can do in the KCC Morning League. He's lost 3 partners out in the middle, but he's continuing on. And he's going to flick it backward a square. That almost carried. They had the fielder trap in place. Didn't carry. End of Akash's third. That one was expensive. 14 coming from it. 3 overs remain. 168 in the books. And current run rate, 198. 200 a chance here. That said, we saw the Marvels in a rained-out game. They batted first back last year. I think they scored about 253. So certainly plenty of batting to come. So it's going to be a fun game of KCC Morning League today. Nani Shah. It's been Nanit's last over. Let me check. Yes, it is. He's bowled 3 overs, 1 for 24. Starts with a dot. He's got 5 balls left. Oh, and he's going to have another one. Sushil not able to find the run onto the leg side. Practices it. That's where he wanted to go. Try to rotate the strike back to Mars. So it's a charge. It's skied up in the air. Who's getting underneath that? Akash Shah. He'll take the catch for sure. That's the end of Samwal as the 4th wicket falls for the Strikers on 168. Sushil Samwal departs for 6. Going to bring the captain for the Strikers out to the middle. Harold Pinto is another big partnership. Mostly on the bat of Mars this time. Comes to an end. Pick that one off middle stump. Straight up in the air. Nani's got 2 now. Straight up in the air. Nani's got 2 now. 2.5 overs remaining. This has been a very good over for the Marvels, just slowing everything down. Everything, there's a dot or a wicket from here. Just pushes that total down for the Strikers. Oh, Mars has taken off here. Nani was in front of the stumps, so Mars gets back just in time. But it's 3 dots and a wicket so far in Nani's final over. A charge from Pinto goes up over the top of mid-off. Not enough power on it. Korean cleans up, so they get 1. What does Mars do here? Probably tries to find the boundary, but that will put him down the non-striker's end for the next over, the penultimate. Nani looking to close out a good over. Drops it in short and just over the top of the backward square's head. Wasn't far away from falling into the hands, but he had enough on it. Go over the top of Pranav Shah's head and pick up the boundary to finish off just as expected. So a wicket and 5 runs coming off Nani Shah's final over. 2 overs remain. Strikers 173 for 4. Penultimate over will go to Ankit Bansali. 2 overs, none for 14 so far. Pinto will be on strike. He'll be looking to either find a boundary early or at least find a single. Well, I think he's going to find a maximum is what he's going to do. Straight over the top of square leg. A big, big one. Is it cannons out the back onto the fence, I think. And a new ball might have left the ground. Might be up on Jordan Path, that one. Everyone just was stargazing as that one flew over the top. So that's what Harold Pinto can do as well. They need to rotate the strike. Do it himself as the captain. Slower one, so doesn't get it out of the middle. Takes the single. Good start. 10, what do we got left? 10 balls, 10 legal deliveries left. 180 on the board. 2 a ball will get them to the 200. Mars on 104. Scoops it out, but straight back. Oh, that one went straight into the boot of Unkit. That may leave a mark because that was hit very hard. Straight out of the middle of the bat from Mars. Valuable dot ball. 2 in a row. So now it's 8 legal deliveries remaining. 180 on the board. Now it's 8 legal deliveries remaining. 180 on the board. That one's skied up in the air. It's not going to carry to Shale. One bounce as he gets in towards the circle. After going for a maximum off the first, it's been tidy from Unkit with 1 ball left. Goes the Yorker length and good delivery. Overplayed by Pinto. So it's a dot to finish with. 8 runs coming from the penultimate. 1 overs remaining. And the strikers are 181 for 4. Akash Shah is going to bowl his full allotment today. As I said, it's not often. Akash bowls all 4, but he's going 3 overs, 1 for 25 so far. Mars on strike. Goes straight. Parin Shah long off. Wants to run on the arm of Parin. This is going to be gone. Oh, Akash has missed that one. How they got back, I don't know. It's just skidded on. It didn't bounce up to Akash Shah. It's almost hit him in the ankle. Well, chance goes begging. 2 runs in the books. Could have been 1 in the end of Harold Pinto. Charge from Mars. Swats it out to Parin Shah. It's 1 bounce this time. I don't think they're going to try it twice on the arm. They don't. Just take a single. So Pinto, captain to captain. Akash Shah to Harold Pinto. And first win. Well, they're going to get through for a bye. Oh, Akash decides not to have a shot. Nobody backing up. Nobody backing up to the purpose of the minority. Nice dot. So tidy so far. 4 off the over with 2 balls left. It's up in the air as well, going through cow corner. Shale Shah getting underneath it, takes the catch again. And that's the end of a massive innings. Mars out for 108. He'll get a big round of applause from everyone, both. It was Chico that took the catch in the end. Saw Shale and Chico combining, but Chico gets the catch. Very good catch in the deep, and a very good innings comes to an end. Mangal runner to the crease with 1 ball left. Akash has got 2. He's going to close this game. Innings out nicely, it would seem. Skied up in the air, could get another one here, and he does. Mangal runner out for a golden duck. A good running catch at extra cover. Ankit Bansali finishes off the innings. Back-to-back wickets as the Strikers finish their 20 overs on 185 for 6. We'll have a look at the batting and bowling card, Myra, when you finish playing your game. I think it's Candy Crush or something of that similar ilk. Don't know, don't care. Myra, just put the batting card up. Thank you. And there it is, a massive 108, picking up well over half the runs for Maz Muhammad today. And a couple of good partnerships, especially that one with Rawat, 74-run partnership there, and kept the runs ticking over. I mean, it's amazing, 185 in the books, only 2 players getting into double figures plus extras. But it's a good score, 185 for 6 after 20. The bowling card for Sky Warrior Marvels. 3 wickets in the end to the captain, Akash Shah, 3 for 28 off his 4. 2 for Naneet Shah, a single wicket to Harin Shah. So we're in the innings break here at Kowloon Cricket Club for the KCC Morning League, with the Strikers winning the toss, electing to bat and putting 185 on. We'll be back in about 6 or 7 minutes' time with the Sky Warriors Marvels needing 186 for victory. Join us then. Welcome back to Kowloon Cricket Club for the KCC Morning League Grade 1 match. Aaron Bush with you. Innings break done. Strikers winning the toss, electing to bat 185 off a century from Mars Muhammad. So 186 required for the Marvels. Chico out in the middle with Pranav. Tarun Hathramani to open the bowling for the Strikers. Century maker, top of screen. Mars Muhammad with the gloves on as well. Said earlier, he's got a hand injury. He's not playing like it so far. So it'll be Hathramani into Qatari. Shorter one. Missed out there, went down leg, but Chico could have put that one over the ropes, take the extra to start with, and first runs in the books for the Marvels. Got a deep cover in place for Chico and a cow corner. Go straight, though. That's going to be the first boundary of the day for him and the Marvels. One bounce over the ropes for 4 down through long on. So it's Ali Hamid at the cow corner position. He's now asking, does he need to go straighter? And bringing that deep cover in place, and they're putting cow corner and long on. You can see on screen, not coming back in after picking the ball up. Into the belly. Misses that one again, Chico. Trying to scoop onto the leg side. Hathramani, yet another bowler in the morning leagues. We see bowling off 23 yards, front foot pretty much in line with the stumps. Just one a bit further along, 22 and a half. Just a feathered chop down edge, allowing it to be a dot. Chico in the top 3 of the run scorers so far. Looking at the KCC match centre. Swatted big enough. Yes, enough. Over the top. Long on in place. Couldn't do anything about it. Apart from go pick it up over the ropes. Big 6 for Chico. Stand and deliver. And up and over the top. Sunil and long on. Just not much you could do about it. And another one. Perhaps Chico missing out, but gets the extra in the books. And good start so far. It's off to the KCC Match Centre, and you can check out all the stats for both KCC morning leagues, Grade 1 and Grade 2. Grade 1 today, and we've got 2 Grade 2 games coming up tomorrow and on Friday. Chico is now up over 200 runs for the tournament. It was 196 before today. Scooped up, it's going to beat mid-off, and it's going to race away for another 4. What's the duck? Wasn't far to his left, but couldn't get down in time. And a big over with still 1 delivery left. Chico, perhaps a little angry at how expensive he was. Went for 20 off his first over. He's taking this first over so far for 16. Can he return the treatment here? Pick up another boundary off the final delivery? 14 off 5. Strike rate at 280 at the moment for Chico. Musaduk's been moved out of mid-off to extra cover, just a switch with Mongol Runner. Looks to go on the leg side again. Goes down leg. Must have just got a bit of pad on that one. It's a dot ball to finish off with. So 16 off the first. The Marvels requiring another 170 at 8.95. And it'll be Musaduk Hussain to bowl over number 2 there with the racy red shoes on. I'm talking about how Mongol Runner was at extra cover. He's going back to extra cover. He's just there on screen with the ball in hand. Takes an exceptional amount of catches in that position for the Strikers. I can tell you he's taken 7 catches and is top of the table in the KCC Morning League Grade 1. Shale Shah, had he held on to that one, he bobbled and threw into Chico. Would have been equal on 7. He's on 6 now. That's cut away nicely. Pranav facing his first delivery, but coverage out at a forward point region in the deep. Means it's 1. Rotates the stroke back to Chico. So he's usually in that extra cover catching position, but runners move back to deep extra cover. And that's gone up over the top of mid-off again. It's going to be another 4. Put another boundary in the books for Chico. His 4th as he moves to 18. All going on, and I'm struggling to keep up here. So Chico's up to 214 in the batting table. Needs 61 today to tie with Aji Chako in second place, and Shihan Wijatunga is on top with 265. So it's tight at the top for the batting table. Swatted away. Mongol Runner's out there waiting for it, and he takes his 8th catch. That's the end of Chico. He departs for 8. The Marvels lose their first on 21. He moved himself out in the deep to take another catch. Usually he's taking the catches inside the circle, but this time very good field placement. Chico swats it straight down the throat of Mongol Runner and departs for 18. Ashtagani comes to the crease at number 3. It was rapid fire, but in the end couldn't clear the ropes and departs. He's on 214 in total now and will stay in 3rd place for the time being. Pranav Shah, he's on the top 10 table as well at the non-strikers end. He's scored 154 so far. And he's 3rd on the averages as well, averaging 77. Ashtagani is on strike though. Looks to flick on the offside and plays underneath it. And Musaduk doing a very good job. Ball in hand. Pretty sure the Hussain that's listed as equal 3rd on the bowling tally wickets is Musaduk, which means he's got 8 now and moves clear into 2nd by himself. Fair way behind the wicket leading taker from the other Sky Warriors team, the Avengers, I believe. Is the Avengers and Devon Bajeta. Harsh finds his first runs and will retain strike end of the over. A successful one for the Strikers. 6 runs coming from it. After 2, the Marbles still going at 11s. They're 22 for 1. Tarun Hathramani was expensive in his first 16 runs, but that was Chico. Now it's Harsh Jagani on strike. And he takes advantage this time of one down leg. Chico missed out a few times. Harsh has gone straight up over the top of the keeper's head with that one. Short boundary and picks up a 4. This time defends as it angles in towards that off stump. Mungo runner with Chico departing back in his usual extra cover catching position. Deep cover. And I think there might be a deep mid wicket. I can't see them to do a count of the field. Now, there is somebody on the leg side hiding. 6-3 offside field. And that one is definitely wide as it ended up in about third slip. And tip and run. We saw a bit of that in the first innings. Shy. A good throw, underarm, just not far away. Safely through for Harsh. Pranav, talking about his stats, he's only faced one ball for 1 run. 7th on the runs, but 3rd on the highest score. 117 not out is his best this season. And he picks that one up as it goes down leg and again making sure it takes full advantage. Could take the wide, but 4 runs even better. Backward a square. Gets his first boundary. Like I said, he's averaging 77 as well. He's averaging 77 as well. Charge and lucks of fortune as it scurries away down to fine leg for 4 as well. Not where Pranav was aiming as he wanted to go up and over the top of the infield down towards long on, long off. And now I can see who's out in the deep. There's a long on and a deep mid wicket in place. They've seen what Pranav wants to do. 5-4 leg side, offside field, I should say. There's 4 on the leg side. And with Hamid pushed right back to the boundary, he has to come all the way into the circle. I'll take the single to finish off the over. 15 runs coming from Hathramani's second. He's been expensive so far. Gone for 31 after 3. Marvel's 37 for 1, needing another 149 at 8.76. Was a duck to continue. And up and over, nobody at long on, long off. So Pranav goes bang. Continuing on where Chico left off. And trying to cover all the bases inside the power play. They had a deep cover. Pranav goes straight. He's always going to attack that way, it would seem, if it's a foolish delivery. Even with a bit of swing there from Musadak, getting to the fall of the ball nicely. Not making any changes in the field, though. No deep mid-wicket, no long on. No one backward of square either on the leg side, so Musadak will have to get his lines right. As I said, no one through mid-wicket, straight over the top of Ali Hamid's head, and picks up back-to-back fours. So now making the catch. No, it's not. He was next to him and comes in to help out. Who was that out there? I'm not sure who was running through from extra cover. Mishit there from Pranav, gets away with it. Did clear the circle with all that power. He's swatted. They've got protection in the deep, but even then, Ali Hamid couldn't cut that one off. Harsh Jagani with some power as well. This is a big over. Musadak only went for 6 off his first. Gone for 13 off 4 deliveries here, and 50 comes up for the Sky Warrior Marvels. And it's very fast start here from the Marvels. They pick up their 50 in 3.4 comparison. The Strikers were 20 for 1. So they're 30 runs ahead on comparison. More changes. Deep mid-wicket comes in. Mangal Runner goes back to long off. And that's skied up in the air backward, a square over the top of Pinto's head. Is it? No, he's going to get there. And he's put it down, running backwards. The captain. Tough catch up in the air towards the sun. Running back and got there in the end. I didn't think he was going to get back in time. And Chance goes begging. Pinto goes back to square leg. Swatted out into the long off area, just in front of Mangal Runner this time. Not sure if I've remembered that he'd gone back there or what, but he's picked him out and almost carried 15 runs coming from the fourth. Sky Warriors Marvels bringing up the 50. They're 52 for 1 after 4. And double the score and a bit of where the Strikers were after 4. They were 25 for 1. We're going to see a change in bowling here. Siddharth Pandit into the attack for the first time today, the left-arm spinner. Taking some pace off the ball, perhaps. And he's always been in the wickets, Siddharth. See if he's on any of the lists. So I can take lots of wickets out at the PKVR morning league. Maybe not so many here so far. He can take wickets, that I know. Generates it with the left arm. And Pranav, 20 off 8 on strike. Cut away. Coverage at deep cover. Takes the single. Harsh Jagani, 11 off 8. Partnership going at 200 now. 32 off 16. And that one's going to pick the gap. Work to do for Mangal Runner as he has to chase that down from mid-off. He's going to get there. Oh, he tried to flick it with the boot in the end, and it's kicked up over the rope. It's just hit too well from Jagani. Picks up his 3rd 4. said earlier in the match, the Marvels looking for their third win. They're 2-1 plus a washout. And the Strikers looking for their second win. Run through and check out previous matches and results. Oh, work to do for Pranav here. Oh, that throw had to be over the top of the stumps and Pranav was gone, but it was a throw was wide. Got a bit excited there. Sushil Samuel at point. A rush of blood. Beautifully played. Just forward of square. Races away down to the Sky Warriors dugout for the second boundary on the over. Looking at the games these two have played previously. The audio's back. Sunil into the attack to bowl out the power play. As I said, going through the games that previously played. Strikers played their first game back on September 11, went down to the Titans in that one, needing 154 for victory. Only got the 121. The Marvels, they had a washout in their first game, but did get the first innings in, scoring 223 for 8 in 19. Then the heavens opened up. I remember that one vividly. It's a big score from Chico in that one. Sunil to Pranav, who immediately goes the reverse. He showed him what he was going to do and did it anyway and smashes it for 6. Wow. There you go. Welcome to the attack, Sunil. Pranav up to 26. The binoculars out and have a look at the scoreboard. 246 strike rate at the moment. He's going to try to do it again, but go for a little feather. Oh, cheeky again. And takes a boundary on the other side. 4 runs this time. Picked that one up in the tram lines of the offside and managed to go for 4. Lucky not to play it onto his stumps. 50-run partnership up between these two. 52 off 23. 9 fours and a maximum. So now they're trying to figure out what they're going to do. They've got a deep mid-wicket in place. And what would you call that? It's a backward point, but it's quite backward. Sort of almost on the 45 behind point. And the 2 outside the circle. And goes up and over the top of mid-on. Oh, that's gone a long way back. That's hit the back netting on the full. Pranav up to 42 now. Strike rate was 260. It's not now. It's 280. Still 30 runs ahead on the comparison at this point. Strikers were 49 for 1. Pranav on 42. Still swinging hard, but that's popped up in the air. Chance. That's a great diving effort. Is that Siddharth Pandit taking a marvellous catch there at mid-off? Pranav jogs off. He's got to go for 42. The 50-run partnership comes to an end with the second wicket falling. There it is, Pranav departing for 42 as Vishal Mehta comes to the crease at number 4. Just what the strikers needed. They were getting pounded. It was going all over the park. But now both openers back in the sheds. Well, after going for 16 runs, Sunil gets the breakthrough. Vishal Mehta. He starts swinging hard. That's just inside the tram lines, according to umpire Imran Arif. And thought about a dot, but a packed offside field for the new batter means a couple of dots after wicket falling, which was the end of the power play. Sky Warriors marble 79 for 2. Comparison time, strikers were 57 for 1 after the power play. Mangal runner is going to come into the attack, it looks like, so they're going to rotate through the spinners. Pandit, after taking a nice catch, gets removed from the attack. He's only bowled 1. Big loopy one from Mangal runner. Vishal unable to find bat on ball. Oh, Yorker length, had to get it chopped out. Does so. We'll get first runs off the bat for him. Ghani back on strike. He's going at a decent clip as well. It was the Pranav show in their partnership. Now, perhaps Jagani's time to hound on the runs as well. Only singles so far this over. Again, work to do in the deep for Ali Hamid. They're going to run on his arm? No, they're not. Will only be singles, 5 singles coming off the 7th as the marbles move to 84 for 2. Needing another 102 at 7.85. Well, he wasn't taken out of the attack for long, said our pundit. Just the one over where he's gone 2 overs without having a second bowl. He will have his second over here, none for 11 so far. Ashtagani on strike on 19. That was very wide. And chopped up in the air, won't carry out to the deep forward point fielder. We'll pick up and keep it to 1 though. They're going to run on the arm here. Couple Cockwell sitting at cover. They got an extra cover. Long on, long off. Deep mid wicket. Deep square leg. And that deep forward point. Fly gully just off to the left of screen. Inside the circle. Plus a backward point. Lots of, actually nobody on the leg side inside the circle. That one goes just to the left of Mungal Runner. But he's so quick in the outfield. He manages to get a left hand to it, parry it down, keep it to 1. He had a little slip in the field as well after he did all that. His shoes look rather new, though. Probably doesn't need to go see Montgomery Sports just yet. Flicked onto the leg side, tries to pick the gap between deep square and mid-wicket. Only Hamid comes all the way around from deep mid-wicket to that forward square. Out to long off. Only been ones and singles for the last couple of overs for the Marvels. They're still keeping the run rate up, keeping the run rate required under 8. With 8 wickets in hand as well. Much like the strikers were when they went into the halfway mark. Wouldn't want to lose another wicket or 2 before then here, the Marvels. Beats 1, can't beat 2. I think Carpole got a bit of a hand on that one as well. Out, so dot to finish off. 7 runs coming from the 8th, the Sky Warrior Marvels, 91 for 2. Work to do for Ali Ahmed again, and he can't get there this time. See him chasing it all the way down from deep mid-wicket. Couldn't get there. A boundary. Been a while since we've seen a boundary from the Marvels. I'll take that one. Oh, I think Rangol Mana's put that down. A rare slip from leading catcher in Grade 1 KCC Morning League. Was hit back hard. And Vishal Mehta gets a life on 10. Floater came forward, had to go back. Mars was quick with the gloves, took the bails off. After the boundary, a drop catch and a dot ball, almost stumping. Charges again, has to get bat on ball, does so, going through cow corner again. Poor old Ali Ahmed at mid-wicket. He's doing a lot of running and not able to cut that one off either. Running to his right, running to his left. Well, interesting over. Couple of boundaries. Chance. Oh, that's hit hard. Straight work to do. Get through the fielder. Can't cut that one off. Right. I think out there at long on. Went straight through him. Oh, end of a good over for the Marvels as they bring up the century. 9 overs done. 104 for 2. Well past the halfway mark now. 82 runs required from here at 7.45. Set our Pandit to bowl the 10th over, get us to the halfway mark of the 20 overs. Two overs, none for 18 for Siddharth so far. Fast one, almost chops down onto the stumps. Vishal, it's the back foot back. Up to 19 now after the drop. Added 9 more runs, almost doubled his score. And 2 wide from Siddharth. Oh, up in the air, going straight and straight down the throat. The catch is taken. Think that is Amit Rawat. We'll get confirmation, but catch is taken. Vishal Mehta departs for 19 as the Warriors lose their third. It is Amit Rawat and Vishal Mehta, after getting a life last over, this over has to depart. 105 for 3 as Naneed Shah comes to the middle at number 5. Very well judged catch after getting one that went through him last over. And as I said, the left arm of Siddharth Pandit usually strikes and does a good job getting rid of Vishal Mehta. Nanak starts with a nice little drive through extra cover. Just be one. It's good over for the strikers leading up to the halfway mark. No run there as Nanak comes a long way down. And couple Kakwal, make sure it stays a dot. That's got to be very, very close. It's out. Great glove work from Maz. And he gets the wicket. Sunday's got 2. And Siddharth's got 2 in 1 over. As Harsh Jagani stumped by Maz for 21. Well, when the Marbles look all set and ready to get home, have 8 wickets in hand to get the 10 over mark. Now they've lost 4. They've lost 2 this over. One ball left of the 10th. It's been a big one for the Strikers. Almost gets the edge. Mars wasn't sure how it didn't get the edge, but it is a big over. 2 runs, 2 wickets coming from the 10th. The Marbles 186 for 4. They got 6 wickets in hand, 80 runs required, and of course, 8 runs per over. All singles again. And that one's not going to be single, though. That's going to go for 4 through square leg. Finish off the over. 9 runs coming from it. $115 for 4, 9 overs remaining, 71 required at 7.89, 6 wickets in hand. Siddharth Pandit, who picked up 2 wickets in his 3rd over, is going to bowl out here. 3 overs, 2 for 20. Ali Hamid moving back out to deep mid-wicket. No deep square, though. Pinto inside the circle. Nani, where he's gone for plenty of a single so far. He's just pushing that one out through extra cover for 1. Is heading down leg, but took it on the pads there, Sambo. So in the books as a dot. Hits hard out through cover. Fields that one with the boot. I've seen that a bit today as well. Social Samuel out there in the deep. Manages to save 2 with the boot. 68 off 51. And picks out Pinto at square leg with that one, Sambhav. Metre either side. He would have found the boundary. Pinto just standing to the right of umpire Imran Arafat square leg. So cuts on the offside this time. Protection at deep point. Tries to beat deep point again, but Sushil is doing some good work out there. So just the 5 runs coming from Pundit's final over. He's bowled out 4 overs, 2 for 25. There's Mungal Runner. He's going to bowl out here as well. 3 overs, none for 27. He'll bowl the 13th, 120 for 4. 66 required at 8.25 now. 6 wickets in hand. Floater waits on it, Nanit, and does what he does. Drives along the ground out to extra cover for a single. Couple Cockwell up near the training sheds. Picks up and keeps it to 1. Goes a bit straighter this time, but Couple was watching. Could see that the ball was going to go a bit to his right. Again, does good work. Going to have to see some bowling changes coming soon. The 2 spinners are doing a good job keeping the runs down, but that was a big full toss and probably deserved more, but it goes for 4. Definitely deserves to go for at least a boundary. Just over-pitched from Mungal, and Nanit decides I'm not going through extra cover anymore. I'm going to go through Ford Square for 4. While the replay was running, Mungal runners put one outside off in the trams for a wide. That was a replay, and this is live. Waits on it, doesn't get enough power into it for the square, so Ali Hamid can come around from deep mid-wicket to cover. Oh, misfield from Hamid Ali, and it's going to be a boundary. Can't afford mistakes like that. As the Marvels are moving in towards a win here, and just a misfield. He's done a lot of work in the outfield, Ali Hamid. This time just misjudged it, got to it in time, and carried it into the ropes for 4. Thirteen runs coming from Mungal runners. Final over, 4 overs. He's bowled out, none for 40. Amit Rawat into the attack for the first time today. Handy little 27-run partnership forming between Sambo and Nanit. Sambo on strike on 15. How's the field set for Amit Rawat? Hamid staying at deep mid-wicket. There's a long off, deep point. Okay. Is that it? Is that all they got outside the circle? Okay, now they're pushing back a deep third, a wide deep third, down near the Boundary Cafe. Just the 4 outside from what I can see. Now the 5th finally gets pushed out. Musadak moving back to long on. Right, with all those fielding changes in place, we might be able to get underway here. There's Rowett's going around the wicket. Spoons that one up on the leg side, but doesn't carry to Pinto at square. 53 off 42. That equates to 7.61. Oh, more fielding changes. Floating gullies moving to square leg. Hathramani. Pinto wants to move into a catching mid-wicket position inside the circle. I want to move Ali Hamid closer around towards square leg. He's still at deep mid-wicket, though. Right in the gap between the two team dugout tents. And it's whipped away. It's going to go straight to Ali Hamid again. Makes no mistake this time. Gets one. Interesting for Amit Rawat bowling around the wicket to the two right-handers with the right arm. Don't see that often. Obviously looking to try to push it across the body. Maybe that's why the deep third's now backed out. Flick of the wrists, trying to clear the short rope. Two singles to start with, though. Tidy. 51 off 40 required. Work to do again. Ali Hamid. He gets there. He's going to run on the arm, and they're going to run well. Easy through for two. Myra Balochi in production. There's been no balls today, has there? No, I don't think so either. That's a rarity for morning league. It's been pretty tidy from both teams, just wides. Some buys here and there. I don't even know if I remember a leg buy being signalled. That swatted hard up in the air through cover. And Sushil couldn't get there in the end. Another good boundary in the books for Sambo. He moves into the 20s. Of course, I can find out the full scorecard if I was to go off to KCC Match Centre, which you can find by just typing those words into Google. It'll be the first result that pops up. And then you can look at the current game and look at the scorecard in the first innings. Running on the arm of Hathramani this time and safely through. So the first innings, the Sky Warrior Marvels bowling had 16 extras. That was 5 byes and 11 wides. And for the strikers, it's only been 6 wides in total. No byes, no leg byes, no balls. That's pretty tidy. But at the moment, the Marvels are still in the box seat to win this. We don't use the WASP projector in Morning League, but I reckon it'll be in the 80s on the side of the Marvels at the moment as they keep the runs piling on. 10 runs coming from 14. The Sky Warrior Marvels 143 for 4, needing 43 at 7.17 off the final 6. Sunil, we're going to have another bowl. Sunil, what's his figures? 1 over 1 for 16. Like another wicket. Wouldn't want to go for 16. That'd be suboptimal for the strikers at this point. For a wicket, really mix things up. Halfway down, get the 5th wicket. Nani Char on strike, 14 off 11. There's another one, the seventh one in the books for the Strikers today. "41 off 34. It's that one out through mid-wicket for a single. "40 off 33. And putting pressure on the field through mid-wicket, takes a single. 4 runs so far. Said they still need to go at over 7s. So if Sunil can close this one out nice and tidily, put some pressure on. Sambhav on 24. Big up in the air. This one up and over all the way for 6. Well, that's handy. Brings up the 150 for the Sky Warrior Marbles, 153 for 4. And almost brings it down to a runner ball required. Okay, 1 ball left to the 15th. Driving hard. Out to long off. And we'll cut that one off. They get the single. 5 overs remain. 32 required off 30 deliveries at 6.4 with 6 wickets in hand. The Marbles looking good to pick up their 3rd victory of the 2024-25 KCC Morning League Grade 1 season. Harold Pinto is going to bring himself in here. No? Yeah, well, he's going to have to. He's going to have a chat to Mungal Runner, but Harold Pinto bowl his first over today. Harold Pinto into the attack. Again, ball magnet, number 56. Ali Hamid does the fielding. Sunil's out here as well. He's got cow corner duties. There's a deep square leg, so Pinto is ringing the leg side. Only long off out on the offside. Played well over the top of that one, Nunny. Well, there it is. You know how much he loves extra cover. And Nanit Shah says, you're not putting anyone out there because you've got the leg side covered. So I'm going to go up at the top and bring up the 50 partnership in just 34 deliveries. Sambhav doing most of the damage, but Nanit Shah now picking up his second 4 and moving to 20. Okay, they've made the adjustment. So who's gone in? The square leg's gone in. It's been hit outside the line of off. I'm so glad that umpire Arif agreed with me because it would have been an awkward backpedal from me on my behalf if the finger went up. But from my angle, Nanit was hit outside the line. Goes big and long, but could have put it down the throat. Another great catch in the deep. And that's the end of Naneed Shah. He's out for 20. Is it Amit Rawat again? It certainly is. As the captain, Harold Pinto, strikes. The Marvels losing their fifth and a twist in the tail, perhaps. 5 wickets in hand, 26 runs required as Shail Shah comes to the middle at number 7. Shail Shah face the final delivery of the 16th. 6 runs off the over so far, which is pretty much what they need. Shail's obviously not got a lot of time to get his eye in. 4.1 overs remaining, 26 required. No, he's not going to get his wait to get his eye in. He's going to smash it over the top of square leg for 6. Big way to start, and now just 20 required off 24 with 4 overs remaining. So Warrior Marvels 166 for 5. Amit Rawat back into the attack for the 17th over. 10 off his first. And what have they done with the field here? I think they've brought 1 too many inside the circle, so they've only got 4 out. Deep point. Long on, long off. Deep mid wicket. I think it's because they haven't replaced. Oh, well, there must be Ali Hamid somewhere down there in front of me as well. I can't see him, but he must be there. That'll be the 5th outside. Starts with some good angle across the body. Another dot. Off the pad down leg side. So we haven't had any leg byes today. This one will be the first one. Just trying to feather that one. Shail. And tidy from Rawat. He's got to get clean out this over. He's got to. Just 3 runs off the 17th. Strikers can't ask for more than that, really, unless they can find a wicket as well. Oh, a bit of commentator's curse there as Sambo picks up the boundary. through the gully region. 13 off 19 now required. Oh, he waited on that one, Sambo, and he's just popped it up in the air. Taran Hathramani takes an easy catch backward of square. The sixth wicket falls for the Marbles on 173. 13 required still. Now off 18. Not sure where that alarm's ringing in the background, but we've got 3 overs to go. 18 legal deliveries. Harold Pinto to bowl the 18th. 13 required. 4 wickets in hand now as Peter Pranay Doshi heads out to the middle to join Shale Shah. Shale smashed a 6 already. Then last over was just trying to feather him and took a single. I don't know where the alarm is. We're not running away yet from commentary. Go to take the single. 12 off 17. Doshi to face his first delivery of the innings. Oh, smashes that one, but straight to Hathramani, who's waiting at deep backward square. A single. They only need singles. 11 off 16 now. I think it was the ice machine making a horrible rattling noise that sounded like an alarm. Hopefully that doesn't explode right behind us. The offside. Nine off 13. 4 wickets in hand. Another wicket to fall. Be another dot ball as well. Boundary would finish this game off pretty much. That's going to be a dot ball, though, as it's pushed to extra cover and one goal runner along the ground. So 4 runs coming from the 18th. 9 required off the final 2 overs. Rawat to bowl the penultimate. Doshi on strike. Oh, that's going to be 4 runs. Picked it up early and whipped it away. Hathramani moved inside the circle, so he couldn't cut that one off. Now it's just 5 runs required. And it's the struggle with the right arm around the wicket, can stray onto the pads. He's going to cut it all the way for 4. That's going to finish off the game as the Sky Warrior Marvels pick up a 4-wicket victory. 187 in the books, getting him home. Pranay Doshi with a couple of boundaries and a good victory. That third victory for the Sky Warrior Marvels. Cut away using the pace. And that's the end of the game here at Kowloon Cricket Club. We'll have a look at the batting and bowling cards before we wrap up the broadcast. And, well, we only had 2 players getting into double figures for the strikers. Everyone got in double figures, including extras right there at the end, getting the score up to 187. Top scorer, Pranav Shah with 42 and a very handy 36 from Sambo. Getting the team, a team effort there. Have a look at the bowling card as well. 2 wickets for Siddharth Pandit. That was in 1 over. Then singles for Musadak Hussain, Sunil Rawat and the captain, Harold Pinto. Man of the match today in a losing side. Doesn't happen often, but the man that got 108 off 68 deliveries, Mars Mohammed, will be player of the match for this Grade 1 game. He also got a nice stumping as well. So we're done here at Kowloon Cricket Club for a Wednesday morning. We'll be back tomorrow morning with Grade 2. And also on Friday, we'll be back tomorrow morning from 7 a.m. And on behalf of Myra Baluch in the broadcast centre, it's Aaron Bush signing off.